Hello, welcome to SwitchedOn, Paul speaking, and another special game from last week's deluge of releases on the 29th of May, last Friday. We had all those 2K releases, and we also had Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition come to the Nintendo Switch. This is a remaster of the 2010 original. It came out almost to the day. It actually came out on June the 10th in 2010, so coming up to nearly a decade ago. Incredible. When the amount of stuff that's in this game and the depth and the just sheer amount of gameplay, unbelievable. It was 10 years ago. This original obviously came out on the Wii 3DS. I actually had a special edition 3DS. But this one, but let's cut the chatter and get into some gameplay. Coming up to about 4 hours into this one now. And absolutely loving it as much as I did back in the day on the 3DS. I think I've put in about getting on for 40 hours on the 3DS, which of course, if you know anything about the game at all, is still probably not even half of what the game has to offer. That's the incredible depth you get with Xenoblade. It's like a 100-hour game. And of course, if you're not aware, in the Definitive Edition, they've added even more content with the Future Connected chapter, which carries on after the story finishes. You can actually play it anytime. It's available from the main menu at any time, and that explores a new area of the game world not seen before, so that's pretty cool. So we're going to have a look at a couple of side quests here. There's loads of side quests. You can just load yourself up with side quests. I believe there's as many as 400, that's the rumour, 400 side quests that you can take on. So we're going to have a look at one of these here. Key to a long life. Collect 2 lots of medicinal brog oil from the brogs in Colony 9. There's a couple of great things about Xenoblades that some JRPGs, modern JRPGs, could learn from. And that's when you get back into the game, you can press ZR here to bring up your quests and also to bring up a memo of the story. So I'm not going to hover on that for too long in case it spoils anything. But yeah, anytime you jump back in, if you've had a week or two off, you can jump back in, get a quick recap of the story, and you know where you are, which is awesome. Just going to have a look at the map. See where we need to go. So that you can see already we've started unlocking a lot of areas of the map. Got to try and figure out where our next quest is from here. Well, let's just head for one of the exclamation marks. Let's head out this way. See what's over here. It's in front of us, so I can have a run through the world and talk about some of the new quality of life features. One of which here is if you press up on the D-pad, your character's shulk will automatically run, saving you having to hold down any buttons, freeing up those thumbs. Let's go and collect some resources. Let's have a little look around the world first while we come out to the plateau out here. Just an absolutely beautiful world to explore. Look at the vistas. Now I know I'm a bit of a Switch apologist and I will overlook a lot of failings in Switch games. And I can see the texture quality here. The resolution is really low. I think what I read, maybe 540 docked, or maybe it's 720 docked and 540 handheld, but certainly not full HD, and it does look a bit smudgy in places, certainly on the characters and the clothing there. But when you couple that with, you look around the world, it's just absolutely stunning at times, like rivals Breath of the Wild for some of the views you can get, and everything animated nicely here. You see the grass swaying and everything. And as the sun sets, you can see the time in the top right hand corner, coming up to 5:15 in game. So the sun's setting. There is a day-night cycle in this game, and it's not just for show either. You get different quests and different creatures and different people at different times of day. And if that sounds like a complete pain in the backside that you've got to wait around, you can pause the game at any time. If I press the right button, the X button, you can come here to change time. And you can set the time to whatever you want. You don't have to fast travel, you don't have to reload. I can literally just stand where I am now, set the time to, I don't know, 9 o'clock in the morning. Time has been changed. And you see now, the clock is now 9 o'clock. We haven't moved, we haven't had to do anything. So that's a lovely little quality of life thing in Xenoblade Chronicles. Because a lot of the quests are sort of dictated by time. Actually, we've gone past one of the red markers, haven't we? Yeah, they are sort of dictated by times, and you have to be careful when you actually go and get things. So we're going to look for one of these exclamation marks now. Might just have to take some of these. Let's have a little bit of a combat with one of these creatures, the wild bunnet here. So the first thing you do is you left and right on the D-pad, the shoulder buttons, to target a creature in the world. You press the A button to initiate combat. The bar at the bottom appears with different icons on. The main icon there is the red icon to say initiate a fight. You'll then get a little quick time event where you have to stop a circle. Stopping that will give you a better chance in the fight. Missed it there. You can normally tell if you hit it or not. It glows blue. That was an easy fight because I'm completely over leveled for this area. So we need to find some of these brogs in Sector 9. Let's have another look at our... get rid of that and have a look at our quests. Yeah, don't want to do a story mission really. Another good quality of life, and while we've got the map up, is the option to fast travel. And again, this is, you can do this at any time. You go to one of these little locations that look like little bullets or little, don't know, monuments. Whenever you unlock an area, you unlock a new one of these on the map, and you can just literally just jump to them whenever you want. Virtually no loading either. Look how quick that was to take us back. Technically, an absolute marvel, really, in terms of gameplay design. But as I say, the graphics can be a little bit smudgy at times, which, you know, considering it's a 10-year-old game, can be excused a little bit, I guess. Frame rates also do dip a little bit when there's a lot of combat going on. But generally it's fine. Not anything that's really troubled me necessarily. Just try and find a better area to go and explore. See if we can head out this way towards the beaches. That's anti-air. Got someone here asking for a quest.
Yes, no.
So here's another side quest. Anything that's got a grey exclamation mark, you can normally get a side quest off. So this little pond here wants find us something that they've lost. We actually had that on us anyway, so we've completed that quest. Nice and easy peasy. Let's go back and actually do the... let's carry on with one of the bits of the story. I was just about to go into these caves. And again, look how quick that fast travel was. Absolutely superb. I'm going to do some combat in here. If you do find yourself getting stuck on combat, it will pop up and prompt you to do a what they call casual mode, which makes it a little bit easier. And there is going the other way, there is actually an expert mode where you can decide to dish out your own XP. We're also going to have a look at some of the character stuff in a second. And again, we missed that quick time event. Now, for those of you not familiar with Xenoblade, you may be a little bit confused by all the icons. A lot of it is positional based, so your character automatically attacks, assuming you've asked them to attack. I missed another quick time event there. But a lot of the icons at the bottom are called arts, they're like special attacks, and they're positional. So, for example, the main character Shulk, two of his attacks, one of them is called a backstab, and he can do it from behind an enemy. And one of them, I think, is called a side swipe, and can, if he's positioned on the side, oh, I missed that by a mile. If he's positioned on the side, then again he gets more of a powerful attack, and then can start to do effects like sort of stuns and topples on the enemy. So you've got free range of movement. Just your character will automatically do swipes and attacks, and you can just line them up. As long as you're in range, you'll start automatically attacking. I have got stuck a couple of times in this area, but I've gone off and done about 20 side quests. So I'm hoping I'm coming back stronger and ready for the fight. So again, my best bet here is to let the tank guy at the front take a lot of the damage, and that means he gets what's called the aggro. So the enemies will target, you know, the person who's dealing the most damage. So you can get your tank at the front and get him to deal a lot of damage, and then you can sneak up behind and do your special abilities. Just before we go into this fight, because it could be my last. Just have a look at the characters here. So you've got your party of 3 characters, and you pick up a lot more along the way, but the maximum you'll ever have in your party is 3, and anyone that's not in your party will get XP and that kind of stuff, so you don't really need to keep chopping and changing, which is really cool. One thing I did want to talk about equipment. I think this is new. I don't remember this in the 3DS version, but basically as you add new equipment, your appearance changes, which is fine. It's usual for JRPGs. But I'm sure this wasn't in the 3DS version, where you can actually change your appearance. So even though Shulk here is wearing this helmet, this kind of soldier's helmet, looks a bit daft, you can actually, in the appearance here, take it off and choose how you want him to actually appear, but still gets the benefits of the sort of defense and other benefits that the gear gives you. So if you like to keep your sort of characters looking like sort of their default incarnations, you can do that as well, which I think is a really good quality of life feature. So you can see here he's not got the helmet on, but he's still getting the buffs of that, and I believe, as I say, that's new. So see if we can take out these creatures again, manoeuvring around, trying to get behind them as my other party members do the big damage. You also got a healing ability as well. Shouldn't be a problem. These are level 8, these enemies, and I'm a level 11. It should be okay. So as we take these fights on, let me know in the comments below if you played the original and if you're going to be double dipping here for the Definitive Edition and what you're looking forward to in that. Is it the extra story content that's been added on? Is it the HD graphic upgrade? Is it the... oh, we actually won that fight. The quality of life changes. What's going to bring you back to the world of Bionis? To me, I played quite a lot of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 as well, probably about the same time, probably about 40 hours before I decided to park that as it got more and more complex. But to be honest, I prefer this original Definitive Edition. Actually lost a large chunk of audio and video then, so that was a bit annoying, but I'm going to have to just wrap this video up pretty soon. One thing I did mention is that I was playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Played that for quite a while. But I personally have always... I think this may have been the very first big JRPG that I'll go into, so it'll always have a soft spot in my gaming history. But yeah, I prefer this above Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I just couldn't get on with the characters in that. Even though I put in probably about the same amount of time, about 40-50 hours. Really, I prefer the party of characters you get in this. I don't know if it's just the voicing or the world or what it is. It's just something about Xenoblade Chronicles 2 that really began to grate on me after a while. So here we are at our next mission. Again, don't want to spoil too much here, but we do want to go and collect some stuff from inside this hangar. That's part of our next story mission. So there we go. We'll probably leave it there. Don't want to spoil too much. Hope you enjoyed that quick run through of Xenoblade Chronicles. If you've got any questions, as I say, please do let me know. I will try to answer them. Please like the video if you enjoyed this, and please subscribe if you're new here. Really appreciate that. And again, leave me in the comments below, and I'll jump onto them as soon as I can. But thanks for watching. I will see you all on the next video. And, see you again soon. Cheers. Bye bye.